piques my curiosity, sir. You went to, you started as a cleaner, and you took leave and you went to further education. You came back and you begin to rise up that rank. So how the years that you took out from work to go to school and come back to continue, how was that evaluated, sir?
Yes, it is government policy. Though in the past, those years are normally taken off. If you go on study leave with pay, you see that there are two ways by which you can enhance your career when you are in the civil service. One is that you go on study leave. Two, you are working, but you are doing part-time studies. Now, that study leave now, you can now divide into two. Study leave without pay and study leave with pay. So if you have gone on study leave with pay, you are collecting your salary every month. Any little holiday, you must come back to the office. Then the second aspect is you go. You don't have anything to do with the office until when you finish your program, then you apply back that now I'm done with my studies. Yeah. So in the past, we learned that those years are normally taken off. Like my study leave without pay twice, about 5 years. Ordinarily, those 5 years will have been taken off from the 35 years I've spent, meaning that I've spent only 30 years in active service. But since, as at the time I was going out, that policy has been reversed, that whether you are on study leave without pay or whichever way, once you are 35 years, starting from the day you enter to the date you are 35 years, you are good to go. So that is something. And I've always been saying it. Now that I'm even out of the system, I can say it now, so that it won't look like I want to benefit. At least I've retired now, almost 2 years. I want the government to review. We have a new government now, to review that policy. I'm not saying they should extend the year of the age, because the argument outside there will be, come, your children are not going to work. If you spend more than 60 years, what are you going to, how are you going to enjoy your life? No. 60 years, whether you went on study leave without pay, once you are 60 years, you go out. Okay. So that the number of years you use outside work will not have any negative effect on one. So let me tell you this. If somebody starts, the unfortunate part of it is this. Like me, let me take myself as an example. I started as a cleaner for 2 years. I was in school for the next 2 years. That's 4 years. Those 4 years, I don't know. Though every one of us has value, but I don't really know the value I put into the system for them
at that time.
At that time. But by the time I get to Assistant General Manager, I've attended a lot of training, both outside the country, internal training. Then all those at the peak, now has the person to go. The organization is losing. The country as a whole is losing. Because if somebody spent 35 years in service and it started as that level, cleaning all these things, you have not really
the peak.
But by the time that person gets to that peak, and that's where you still have more to offer the organization and the country. And because you have spent about 5 years, 6 years, that you are not really doing anything, it has to go. So it's not the person. The person He's enjoying himself.
Okay.
But the organization that they have, spent a lot of money on me. So that's the area. Because if you put it as a debate, people say, no, how many years? You want to die there? No. So that's why I will suggest that they should just peg retirement at 60.
Okay.
They should not look at service here. 60. Once you are 60, you go. If you spend only 10 years and you are 60, you go. And that's why, employment, maybe at 45, that's the maximum age you can be to enjoy to enter civil service. So, that kind of person work for only 15 years and retire. So, my suggestion is that 60 years, go. Though they should not even give exemption. Whether you go on study leave without pay, they should remove it. Or it should be cumbersome somehow. 60 years, you just go.